Hello, welcome dear students. Today let's start lesson number 14, elements, compounds and mixtures. Now let's discuss some questions based on your previous knowledge. First one, how many different states of matter are there? Name them. Yes, there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Next, what brings about a change of state of matter? The change in temperature brings about a change of state of matter. Next, what are the properties of matter? The properties of matter are: matter has mass and volume. Next, do all substances have the same properties? No. Different substances have different properties. Now, what is meant by matter? Anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. Objects are made of certain substance and that is called as matter. Now, try this. See, take a piece of chalk and keep on dividing it into smaller pieces. What will happen? Yes, after some time it will turn into powder. Next, wipe a drop of ink with a handkerchief. What effects does it have on the cloth of the handkerchief? Ink is absorbed by the cloth and spot is formed on the handkerchief. Next, what happens when the lid of a bottle of perfume is opened? When the lid of a bottle of perfume is opened, fragrance will spread everywhere. It is the matter present in various things in solid, liquid or gaseous states that is responsible for their properties. Even though they are divided into small particles, their properties due to the matter present in them remain the same. The properties such as the white color of a chalk, the blue color of ink, the fragrance of a perfume are the properties of the matter of which each of them is made. Try this. First one, fill a glass of water up to the brim. Drop a small stone in it. What happens? See, water spills out. Next, take a balance. Place a small stone in one pan and a big stone in the other. Which pan goes down? Why? The pan with big stone will go down because it has more mass than the small stone. Which properties of matter can you tell from the above activities? Objects have mass and mass can be measured with the help of devices like the common balance. Also, they occupy space. They acquire both these properties from the matter that they are made of. In other words, mass and volume are two important properties of matter. See, what are the two important properties of matter? They occupy space and they have mass. Many kinds of matter found in nature are in pure form. That is, they contain only one constituent. In scientific language, matter made of only one constituent is called substance. If only one constituent is there, then that is called as substance. For example, gold, diamond, water, chalk, etc. Other kinds of matter are made of two or more substances. They are called mixtures. For example, milk, bhel, etc. Now let's study about elements. Try this. First, take water in a teapot and cover it. Heat the water to a boil. What do you see on the inside of the lid? See, the water droplets collected on the inside of the lid of the teapot are formed by condensation of the vapor from the boiling water. Water in the form of vapor is composed of extremely tiny particles and therefore we cannot even see them. Now second activity, fill water in a spray pump. Spray the water and observe the spray. What you will see? See that the spray is also composed of small particles of water. Similarly, all substances are made of extremely tiny particles. The smallest particle of substances are called molecules. What is it? The smallest particles of substances are called as molecules. Now what is meant by element? A substance whose molecules are made of one or more atoms which are exactly alike, means similar, is called an element. Understood, students? Substance whose molecules are made of one or more atoms which are exactly alike, same to each other, they are called as element. Do you know? To date, scientists have discovered 118 elements. Of these, 92 elements occur in nature, while the remaining are man-made. Great scientist Democritus named the small particles of elements atom because in the Greek language atomos means indivisible. Atomos means indivisible. Oxygen occurs in nature in the gaseous state. Two atoms of oxygen are joined to form a molecule of oxygen which has an independent existence. Oxygen in air is always in molecular state. Just like atoms, molecules also cannot be seen with the naked eyes. In day-to-day life, we use short forms in many places. A similar method is used to indicate elements. The scientist Berzelius was the first to use the present method of using symbols for elements. The symbol of an element is written in the English script and is the short form of its name. For example, hydrogen is written as H, means the symbol of hydrogen is H. The first letter of hydrogen is H. In the same manner, when the initial letter in the names of two or more elements is the same, a pair of letters is used to write the symbol. For example, we write C for carbon. The symbol of carbon is C. And in the same manner, the symbol of chlorine is given as Cl. The first letter and the next letter. Now here the table of some elements and their symbols is given. Let's see the table. Element and their symbols. Hydrogen symbol H. Helium He. Lithium Li. Beryllium Be. Boron B. Carbon C. Nitrogen N. Oxygen O. Fluorine F. Neon Ne. Sodium Na. First letter and the next letter. Magnesium Mg. Aluminium Al. Silicon Si. Phosphorus P. Sulfur S. Chlorine Cl. Argon Ar. Potassium K. Calcium Ca. Elements are generally classified into two groups, metals and non-metals. Students, already you have studied the properties of metals. They are malleability, ductility, conductivity of heat and electricity, density, luster and sonority. Example of metal are gold, silver, iron, copper, etc. The elements that do not show these properties are called non-metals. For example, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, etc. The elements that show some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals are called metalloids. This is the third group of elements. Examples of metalloids are arsenic, silicon, selenium, etc. Now, do you know the wire that we use in the electric bulb in our house is made of the element tungsten and its symbol is W, and it is derived from its German name Wolfram. The German name of tungsten is Wolfram, that's why the symbol of tungsten is given W. Similarly, the symbols of silver and gold are derived from their Latin names. The symbol of gold is Au and the symbol of silver is Ag. The Latin name of silver is argentum, therefore symbol is given Ag, and the Latin name of gold is aurum, therefore the symbol is given Au. Some metals are difficult to use in pure form. For example, pure iron rusts in air. Pure gold is very soft and bends easily. The properties of the original metal can be modified by mixing one or more elements in it. Such a mixture of metals is called an alloy. Brass, steel, 22-karat gold are a few examples of alloys. Now we'll study about compounds. Activity. Take sugar in a test tube and heat the test tube. Observe what happens, what remains behind. See, the sugar melts on heating and then it loses water, leaving behind a black substance. This black substance is carbon. What does this imply? It implies that sugar is not an element, but it is made up of more than one element. Second activity. See, using tongs, hold a magnesium ribbon in a flame and observe what changes took place in the above experiment. See, the magnesium burns in air and it forms magnesium oxide, that is MgO. What is meant by compound? The substance formed by a chemical combination of two or more elements is a compound. See, what is compound? The substance formed by a chemical combination of two or more elements is a compound. Example, water, carbon dioxide. See, in water, the compound formed is H2O. Means here hydrogen combines chemically with oxygen and the compound water is formed. In the same manner, in carbon dioxide, carbon combines with oxygen chemically and the compound carbon dioxide, that is CO2, is formed. Can you tell which element helps combustion? Combustion means burning. Oxygen. Yes, oxygen helps for burning. Next, does water help combustion? That is burning? No, water does not help for burning. Hydrogen is a combustible substance, means which can burn. That is, it burns. Oxygen helps combustion, but water, which is formed by a combination of hydrogen and oxygen, is used to extinguish fire. In other words, the properties of a compound are different from those of the constituent elements. Like an element, a compound is also written in an abridged form, in short form. A molecule of a compound is formed by a chemical combination of atoms of two or more elements. Therefore, a molecular formula is used to represent a compound. A molecular formula of a compound is a short form of its name, written with the help of the symbols of the constituent elements and the number of their respective atoms. I hope you have understood the topic. So for better understanding, read the topic once again and do the given homework.